Welcome into our Sunday game of the week. This one features the Florida Flight and the St. Pete Tide, the number 2 and number 1 teams in the FBA respectively. But the Florida Flight only a half game behind the St. Pete Tide in this one. Jesse O, Alvin Delvey, Mark King is somewhere on hand. So is Jerry Pettit, our fantastic producer and engineer. Welcome in. And for this one, Alvin, these two teams have been going at each other all season long, but this is their second head-to-head matchup. The first one was won by the Florida Flight. So St. Pete with a more filled-out roster in this one. What do they have to do to get the victory?
Wow, they just have to play. Both of these teams are coming off of victories in their last showings. So both of these teams, the upper echelon, the upper room, so to speak, in the FBA, they just got to come out and play. This is going to be fantastic. Highlights are going to be coming in bunches. So
we're going to go down to the floor now for our starting lineups presented by Poly Wealth Management. For the Florida Flight, on the floor is Travell Dickerson, Elliot Glegg, Terrell Alfred, Grant Gullett, and Brandon Moss. And for the St. Pete Tide, AJ Williams makes his return. Dave Butler is back as well. They're joined by Josh Shane, Mike Butler, who has been out for a while, and Anthony Brooks. So Alvin, St. Pete with a full roster in this one. Where do you see them matching up right now on paper?
Wow, I see a lot right now. There's so much going on. We got the 44 and 16 man in AJ. We got the 30 for 30 man and Grant Gullett. We got the leading scorer in FBA. We got 3-point shooters for FBA. We got Dickerson, who he gets buckets and bunches from the mid-range, and he knows how to slash and dash. Just phenomenal. Oh, how could I forget the double 50-point man in Elliot Glegg, one of the premier shooters in the league. Just phenomenal on paper.
Moss to start things off. Boom! He likes to start off with a shooting of 3, and that time it goes through the net. Other side, Mike Butler off the mark.
Wow, we're going to see AJ Williams versus Brandon Moss. Wow, who's going to stop Grant Gullett?
He's going to try a 3 on the left side. Off the mark. Moss up to Glegg. And now Alfred up top. It just dribbles out. And here comes St. Pete. So Alfred, who's missed the last couple of weeks as well, but the leading scorer in the last game for the Florida Flight is Grant Gullett, who had 37 points in their victory. Led the team in rebounds with 13 and 4 steals. Mike Butler the rebound. Throws it left. Moss tried to pull that one down, tapped out by St. Pete last.
And for everyone who was watching, really, if you have social media in general, Brandon Moss went viral, throwing himself a self alley-oop after snapping ankles. And it was really Terrell Alfred's post that got it, that ignited it on the Twitter side of things. So Terrell Alfred playing his part in that social media rampage.
Gullett throwing it down! 5-0 game.
Just love it. Already we're seeing Grant elevate, playing above the rim, throws it down with ease.
Anthony Brooks up top, directing traffic. Our Sunday game of the week, a foul immediately.
Wow, we see a full Tide bench. I don't think we've seen that this season.
Anthony Brooks up top to Mike Butler. Josh Shane, who they want to shoot the ball. He'll pump fake on his rebound. Pass left. Brooks hits the 3 other side. This is going to be a shooting show.
Both teams are ready and rearing to go. Anthony Brooks knocking down a tray bomb for his team.
Glegg, the steal from AJ Williams. Williams down low, tapped around by Gullett and recovered by Dickerson.
Great job, not giving up by Gullett, and right there you see him get the steal.
Dickerson finds his spot, no. And the rebound by Anthony Brooks. So Brooks, in their last game,
look at the steal.
Had 27 points. Moss the steal, so a couple turnovers already for both of these teams. Flight up by 2. Gullett out beyond the arc. Glegg guarded by Anthony Brooks. Both of these squads match up so well with each other. Moss out beyond the arc. to Glegg, catch and shoot for three, good! Moss to Glegg, that's a connection we've seen all season. Elliot Glegg with his first 3 points in the game. It's 8-3.
And that's a great point you made about these turnovers. Florida Flight had 24 in their last game versus St. Pete's 20 in theirs. However, St. Pete leads the league in turnovers, and that's great for this Flight team, getting 11 steals in their last outing.
A foul on Grant Gullett. 22.6 turnovers per game for the St. Pete Tide, and only 17.9 for the Florida Flight.
The assist to turnover ratio is something you're going to have to pay attention to. Both of these teams are going to get their best. Both teams are second half teams as displayed in their last showings. Both teams just know how to win, and that's why their record is so unblemished.
It's awesome to see both of these teams at full strength too, because the last time it wasn't really a test of ability. AJ Williams was out, so was Grant Gullett. Dave Butler wasn't here, and Butler misses both of them. 9 minutes left to go in the first. Moss out to Gullett, pumps a three, it's good!
You cannot sag off of Grant Gullett, and that's the problem with this Flight team. Brandon Moss gets so deep into the lane, he can dish it to anyone, and they're shooters all around. Great job by Grant.
Mike Butler inside his first 2 points in over 2 months.
Showing up, ready to play.
So now Moss will control the rock. Top 2 players in the FBA right there going head to head. But don't forget about Grant Gullett inside, powering his way in on Dave Butler. Second time! He couldn't make it, but he goes to the line and shoots 2.
Grant Gullett is an absolute phenom on this offensive side. Last game sporting a 37 and 13 rebound game, plus 10 in a plus-minus margin. Just phenomenal. 10 of 13 from the stripe, so he knows how to get to the line, but better yet, he knows how to make it from the line.
Gullett makes his first one, shooting 69% this season, averaging a double-double, 25 points per game, 14.8 rebounds per game. The Florida Flight with 3 players averaging above 22 points per game. Lane violation there by Anthony Brooks, but they will let that one slide.
Yeah, a little timid with the whistle on that one.
Brooks to the right. And he saw Moss down low, so he decided to step back a little bit.
Wise decision.
Brooks to the left. Stolen away, Elliot Glegg. Alfred to Moss, and Moss throwing it down!
Once again, the elevation sensation. Brandon Moss' ladder just goes a little higher than everyone else.
A 10-point game, 15-5. Butler getting inside, throwing it off the backboard. Grant Gullett the rebound. So here's Gullett. He'll pull up, Steph Curry. And no, it's off the front. Williams pushing to Dave Butler, who kisses it off the glass.
And Dave Butler has missed a few games, but been a sight for sore eyes for this Tide team. They've done a good job winning without him, but they're going to need him in this one.
Glegg back to Alfred, and it's an air ball. Alfred shooting 34% from 3 this season, 19.3 points per game. Anthony Brooks, good on the 3.
Brooks doing a phenomenal job knocking down jump shots. He, in his last outing, sported a 27 offensive onslaught, but also pulled down 14 boards as well.
Glegg for 3. It's off the backside of the iron. Dickerson the rebound. Quick throw off. Alfred 1 step in from the arc. Williams the rebound going the other direction. He's averaging a double-double this season, 6.5 minutes to play in the first quarter.
And this is the matchup we've been waiting for.
Williams to Moss through the hands of Butler. Now Shane down low to Butler. Butler fouled hard by Grant Gullett. At least he's not giving him an easy basket.
Exactly. That's a great up fake by Dave, and Grant just making sure to at least get the ball so you don't give up a and one. But this is going to be a tale of runs. Both teams have prolific scorers, know how to get the basket, the ball in the hole.
Dave Butler to the line. 6 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Butler has not been able to make a free throw yet today.
And I would like to say something early on, but it really doesn't matter because both of these teams really bloom. They really blossom in the second half. So this first half is just going to be a feeling out process, especially in the first.
And he puts the second one through. Butler shooting 73% from free throw this season. 15-11 the score, the Flight up by 4. Checking into the game, Stacy St. Julian for the Florida Flight, and Alfred will have a seat. Moss against Williams, 2 top 5 scorers in the league. The extra pass, Stacy St. Julian caught Dave Butler out beyond the arc. Contested shot down low, and Gullett the put through.
Just love to have Grant Gullett as a safety valve. When the play breaks down, you don't know who to pass it to, Grant Gullett is the answer. Nice way to barrel his way and get a nice, easy one.
3 on the way. Mike Butler's shot bounces in.
Unorthodox shooter's touch, but a touch nonetheless. Nice job getting that corner tray ball to fall.
A 3-point game. Gullett's going to come up and set a screen. They'll try to get A.J. Williams off of Moss. Moss stepping back for 3 over Dave Butler. St. Julian the rebound, and he'll put the second one through. So St. Julian on the board out of Ocean Springs, Missouri, and A.J. Williams the poster down low.
A.J. Williams throwing it down with vengeance on that possession.
What a way to get on the board for Williams. Moss fouled inside.
AJ needs a breather. He has to run around to really let off some of that steam. Wow. How about this? We're going to have some highlights on both ends. This is exactly what you expect from the FBA Game of the Week, featuring 2 of its best teams.
A 19-16 game.
You know, it's the second time I've ever seen those shoes in my life. St. Pete, no name, actually. Oh, Miguel Paul, number switch. But those SpongeBob editions, the only person I've seen wear those are Harriet for the Pride.
Who we will see in game 4 of the day. Moss's second one goes through. 21-16. The score, 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Left side. Mike Butler catch and shoot. Off to the left. And Gullett, another rebound. St. Julian, full speed, saw an open lane, took it. He's fouled.
Good job attacking the seam and really exploding in transition. You know, one person the Tide is missing that I would have loved to see in a game like this is Romeo Edwards.
Ah, yes.
This would definitely be a game for him to thrive in, because I would have loved to see a Glegg and Edwards matchup.
So here comes Evan Henson into the game for St. Pete. He was awesome in their last game. His first game of the FBA season, 26 points, 17 rebounds, 52% from the floor. He unfortunately did foul out.
Yeah, he fouled out, but he just seemed to have done it all, kept his turnovers to a minimum. Also got a rebound as well, so definitely did a good job in his debut. Let's see what he does as a sophomore.
22-16 is the score. 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first. A bullet over to the left side, a pump fake by Paul. Now Brooks, catch and shoot. Good! Anthony Brooks on fire to start this game. Has hit 3 threes. His team trailing by 3. Glegg, other side, Gullett to Billy Aristide, and now Moss. Right up top, he's guarded by Kevin Rulak. Moss, stutter step, now into the lane, knocked around. And a foul.
Just a good job by Anthony Brooks and turning it to a stout defensive possession, but I cannot get this off my mind. Tell me if I'm wrong, but Evan Henson, his doppelganger is Michael Vick. I just can't. I can't get that off my mind. But besides that, he's done a great job in this league thus far.
Moss against Brooks, left side, Aristide for three, good! Big men shoot threes in the FBA.
A vet for this team, a real locker room guy, banging home a trifecta.
Henson, pump fakes left, now throws it back to the right. Larulac hits the three, his first shot in the FBA is a tray ball. It's 25-22, lead back to three.
How about this back and forth action we're getting? This is the first quarter, and how many threes have we seen? I can't even count that high. Jerry Bear Academy didn't allow me to take that class.
Aristide up with the left hand, it's good. Grant Gullett the assist.
How about that 5-point swing by Aristide, just being a veteran on that block.
In his first game, he put up 10 points and 6 rebounds. Rulac for three again! Kevin Rulac, the sharpshooter from the outside.
Wow. He balls back. He is heating up. This team is just on fire right now from beyond the arc.
Gullett up top, now going right, underneath, fouled, and it bounces in!
Wow, with the three of his own, the gritty way, the Grant Gullett way.
29-25, under 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Grant Gullett had spent some time out hurt this season, but my oh my, his presence is always felt when he's on the floor.
He was hurt, but he was in the gym. That boy lifts weights, eats 45-pound dumbbells. I wonder what this flight organization got going on between Grant Gullett and Adam Waldo.
Paul down low. He wanted C.J. Bargman cutting towards the basket.
That was a great look, just two guys not on the same page.
Moss, right side, steps back. Ball tapped around, Brooks the rebound going the other direction. Brooks, double team, gets by St. Julian, left side. Henson couldn't hit it. Moss now flips it up and is fouled. Gullett with a thunderous putback. I think Gullett can jump higher than Moss.
100%, because he's shorter than Boss. And that's what people don't realize is when you're shorter and you still get the same amount of rise.
Yeah.
You watch their feet next time they jump. Grant Gullett's feet is waist level. I think he's sporting a 45-inch vertical. It is ridiculous. I kind of wish that foul wasn't called just so I could see that in real time and can hear your call on it and watch that go viral.
Okay. One thing I do want to say, so Kevin Rulac for St. Pete, he actually used to play for the Jacksonville Giants, which is an ABA team. So we have a few ABA guys that came into the FBA this season and have been making their impact, and they love playing in the FBA.
Definitely, and you see him, a smaller guy, 6'1", well not smaller, but in terms of Brandon Moss,
yeah.
You could say smaller, but 6'1", 170, but a true sharpshooter battling on the block with Grant Gullett and winning that battle.
And his hair gives him an extra 4 inches.
You got a couple of guys with some flow on this Tide team.
Miguel Paul. Gullett, the big rebound. 31-25, stolen away by St. Pete. They'll pass ahead. Paul up with the left hand, no good. Moss the rebound.
Smoked it.
Aristide for 3 again. He airballs it. Down low, Moss putting it through.
In traffic, that's the only way to get those 2 points. Oh my.
The steal from Grant Gullett. He had 5 of them last game. Moss inside on Rulac and a travel.
Wow, how about this back and forth action we're seeing from these two teams, the upper echelon, the upper room.
Timeout taken on the floor. A 33-25 game here in the first quarter. This is our Sunday game of the week. This is all we have ever wanted. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
shakes Oviedo Mall. Best burger you'll ever eat. It's worth the drive.
A minute 40 to go in the first quarter. 33-25. George Williams checks in for the Florida Flight. So here comes St. Pete on the other side. A three on the way, Rulak. Bardman fighting for the rebound. It's off of Aristide last.
A little bit of friendly fire with Glegg and Aristide.
The inbounds, stolen away, Alfred for the Flight, gets it. Alfred Tomas! Oh my goodness! You have to see him to believe him. He's got 12 points. Uh-oh. Oh no! Flight 9 is cleared for landing!
Oh my goodness.
37-25. 1 minute to play in the first quarter. Moss, 2 back-to-back dunks. And he's electrifying to watch. Rulak guarded by Moss. Dave Butler turns around, and it's off the front. Inside, Butler. A blocking foul on Aristide.
Wow. How about those back-to-back throwdowns? And he put some sauce on it with the windmill, cradling the baby and just jamming her home. Love it. And on the other end, Dave Butler trying to get a little bit of heroics for his team, getting to the strike.
St. Pete came into this game at 10-2 on the season. The Florida Flight are 9-2. Flight in second place this season. They're half game behind the Tide. Head coach Mark King, chairman of the FBA, head coach for the St. Pete Tide, Nate Gill. And Dave Butler will put the first one through. Dave Butler at the line, he's missed a couple of weeks, averaging just under 18 points per game and just under 16 rebounds per game. He misses the second one. Alfred the rebound. 43 seconds left to go in the first. Alfred off balance. Rebound tipped around, and it goes out off of the Flight last.
Terrell Alfred, bona fide bucket getter out of University of Jamestown, the Jimmies, trying to get himself involved. Struggled a little bit early in this game.
Richards, a very Lonzo Ball-esque shot. It goes out.
That form, you know, brings it from the side. But Lonzo Ball was able to fix it. I believe he'll be able to fix it too.
37-26. 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. Moss with no shot clock. Game clock winding down from 11. Wants everyone to spread the floor. Moss, 6 seconds. Steps back, takes a three. Just strong. And that'll bring the first quarter to an end. 11-point lead for the Florida Flight as we go into the second quarter. These two teams match up very well against each other. We know St. Pete's a second half team, so don't count them out just yet. Now back for the second quarter of action. And an immediate turnover by the St. Pete Tide, who do average the most turnovers per game with 22.6.
And they did a solid job, solid-ish, I have to say, in their turnovers, but their turnover to assist was not good. 20 turnovers and 15 in their last game.
Moss' second one is no good. Here comes St. Pete the other way. Butler, kick ball by Moss.
You live with that, a kick ball.
You have to.
Because you're just not trying, you're just making sure the ball doesn't get through at any cost. It's no penalty, it's not a, give up points.
And a foul.
Seemed like a good hand right there, but the defense starts with your feet. You got to move your feet right there. Got caught lean a little bit and reach it.
That one goes against George Williams. A.J. Williams into Dave Butler. A block by George Williams. C.J. Bargman can't get that one to fall. Mike Butler, a catch and shoot. Off the front side. And it's going the other direction.
Good job getting the extra possession by the Tide. Unable to capitalize, and that's an even better defensive possession by Flight.
.11 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Glegg, fadeaway, good. Elliot Glegg lethal from mid-range, he's got 5.
Elliot Glegg, once he comes alive from the mid-range and beyond the arc, it is a problem for opposing defenses.
Williams catch and shoot off the front side of the iron. A.J. Williams with only 2 points so far. Terry Cleveland. Glegg wide open, it's good! Don't leave him open. He averages 23 points per game, 6.4 rebounds, 5.2 assists, 39-37. 88%, he's already got 8 points in this one as his team is up 42-26. Dave Butler making a mid-range jumper right back on the other side. He's got 6.
Elliot Glegg coming off of a 21-point game. Struggled a little bit from the shooting perspective. We are accustomed to seeing him very efficient, not as efficient as last game. Look to see him rectify that.
Moss versus Williams. Now against Dave Butler, steps back for a 3. Off the left side, Mike Butler the rebound. A.J. Williams one dribble and takes it in.
Good job by A.J. understanding where his help is right there, going right down the middle and attacking.
Glegg, left side. To Moss, and Moss flipping it in.
Good job, that connection between Elliot.
Alfred the steal, and he's fouled in transition.
Alfred doing a good job. His shot's not falling, but that does not mean he's not in this game. Attacking the loose ball, getting a steal, giving his team an offensive possession.
Moss and Williams will have a seat. Grant Gullett back in alongside Brian Hickey. Gullett right up top against Williams. Now Glegg left side. He does have the height disadvantage against C.J. Bargman. Gullett, one dribble, up with the right hand. No good. Mike Butler, Josh Shane pulling up and hitting. Long 2.
Josh Shane, once after he exploded for 24 at his career high, or his season high, he's done a solid job of just knocking down shots when they come. An 11-point outing in his last performance, 4 for 8 from the field.
Alfred. No good on that one. 44-32. 8.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. And Glegg Now to the left side. Misses that one. Gullett getting Dave Butler in the air, and he's fouled.
And that's just a good job by Grant Gullett, understanding that Dave Butler is going to be aggressive. He's a shot blocker. That's what he does. Give him the up fake, put the candy right in front of him, then just yank it away from him at the last second, getting the foul. Great job by Grant Gullett, getting right back to the line.
8 minutes and 20 seconds in the second quarter to play. And Gullett's first free throw is off the back. 69% coming into this game. He's already got 12 points. Second leading scorer in the game besides Brandon Moss, who is 16. 44-32 the score in the ball game, as Gullett will toe the line. Yes, sir, his second one falls. He's now got 13. 8 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the first half. And they will flag Dave Butler for that one. Or no, that goes against Grant Gullett.
That's an interesting call.
Anthony Brooks. Inside, down low, a turnover.
Good look, but even better defense by the Flight.
Evan Hinson the rebound. Hinson fouled.
Good aggressive play by Hinson. Just understanding I have to get to the bucket. I have to get involved in this game, taking all he can get, and that's a trip to the free throw line.
(45-32). 7:41 to play in the second quarter. So Moss will check back in for Grant Gullett.
Definitely a lull in offensive production on both sides. Game has slowed down, the feeling process is over, and now is when we're going to see them play chess.
Moss the rebound after Hinson splits. Hinson with 1 point so far in the ballgame. Moss already fouled.
In transition.
So here comes the inbound from Terry Cleveland.
Put it in reverse, Terry.
Glegg, left elbow. Terry Cleveland the rebound. Cleveland back to Glegg, guarded by Anthony Brooks. Stolen away by A.J. Williams. Williams ahead of the pack and throws it in.
A.J. Williams, so good in transition.
45-35, it's a 10-point game. Down low. Moss has that one taken away. Mike Butler now for St. Pete. Knocked around, and Alfred steals it right back for the Flight. Alfred, Hickey, back to Glegg. And now Hickey, a good move underneath from the left block.
Great ball movement and a great move by Hickey.
Left side, Hinson. Brooks wanted it. He was wide open. Back out, and a turnover. Alfred, left side. Cleveland, air ball on the three. Moss, again to Alfred, hits the three.
That's a great shot by Alfred, coming alive in this second quarter. He's a prolific three-point shooter, won multiple three-point shooting contests in his career as a basketball athlete, so that's a scary sight if you're the Tide.
Williams dancing around and finding his way to the basket.
That's how you utilize a pivot foot. A.J. Williams being aggressive on that block.
So A.J. Williams, who's averaging 27 with 11 rebounds this season, he's got 8 points, 50-37 to score. Blake, Tomas, Hickey. Cleveland another three, and that one's off. Terry Cleveland shooting, well, 9% from beyond the arc. Henson, long two, left side.
And that play, the Flight were able to double because Anthony Brooks was reluctant to come back on offense. You wonder if it's because of that ball movement where he was yelling for the ball with Ensign. And that's just interesting to me.
Blake can't get that one to fall. An 11-point lead for the Flight, under 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Turnover by St. Pete. Moss ahead of the pack, goes all the way to the rack.
Rack attack. Brandon Moss getting where he wants on the court.
Oh, inside! A.J. Williams. 10 points for Williams. Wow.
Whoa. Do not step up in this game. Let me tell you that, fellas. You do not want to step up. Wow.
And it's a layup game called on A.J. Williams.
Where?
Wow. It's a good question.
I didn't see him hang on the rim or anything like that. Also, I was looking at the sky, so, you know, celebrating, looking at Jesse and the rest of the Jared Bear crew. But, I mean, a big play like that, you got to understand there's going to be some type of celebration.
Alfred pumps it up. Out of bounds.
That's a tough one if you're Kevin Rulock, because, man, he wanted to grab that board, but just bounces off his hand, give them a brand new shot clock.
Alfred picks up his dribble into Moss, double teamed. Hinson and A.J. Williams helping out, and it worked that time. Anthony Brooks, left side. Paul.
Oh, wow.
Just short. Hinson out of bounds, and it's called a foul from the trailing official.
Good job by Anson. Just being aggressive on that block. You've seen that in his last game. His debut, just did a phenomenal job of getting putbacks, moving the basketball, and just doing things the right way. And wow, his stat line proves it. 26 and 17.
So Hinson puts that one through. So our officials from Right Call Officials, new ones for our final two games of the day. It'll be Josh Phillips, number 33. He's our crew chief. Roderick Bombard, and number 3, Mike Rivera will be on hand with us all day. 52-43, back to only a 9-point lead for the Florida Flight. Alfred, left side, fouled.
That's a good job by Alfred. I love to see, well, okay, rephrase. I don't love to see when a guy struggles from shooting, but I love to see when you have that, you understand, because everyone's going to have an off day. When you have an off day, you don't just start chucking up ill-advised threes. You realize where your points are going to come in the flow of the offense, and it's going to come from attacking. Get to the line. And that's what Alfred has done. He's got a few steals, got himself involved, and right now you see him shooting free throws, playing the game the right way, understanding that just because I'm having a shooting slump doesn't mean I'm completely out of the game. Love that for Terrell Alfred.
Alfred with 5 points, 54-43.
I haven't seen those Kobe's in a long time.
Hinson, catch and shoot 3. And Kevin Rulock to put back.
Of course, as soon as I said it, Kevin Rulock gets the bucket. The shoes he has on, those Kobe's, I haven't seen those for a very long time. The old school, the classics. Love to see the drip on the feet.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You got 24 on, Kobe.
Dickerson. And Rulak the rebound.
This isn't a mistake. Daryl Mercer wears 81 and wears Kobe's. We got number 24 and he's wearing Kobe's. And they all play well.
Alfred. Moss.
Good move.
Inside, Euro step. And he couldn't get it to fall.
$1 million move, 10-cent finish.
Brooks, no. Henson, yes.
That's just a great job by Henson. You know, growing up, we used to always play 21, and that's a tip right there. So really, Brooks would have 0 points right now because, you know, when you tip it, you take all their points.
Moss. Other way. How about this, Alvin? It's a 7-point lead for the Florida Flight. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the second quarter.
And the Flight do a great job of playing with the lead. However, this tied team comes alive in the second half. So that's really going to be the money quarter. We're going to have a great one.
Rulak misses that one. Out off of the Florida Flight.
Love hearing the arguments from guys, you know, justifying their shots. Just good banter.
Brooks, as the shot clock was expiring. Here comes Moss pushing the other direction. Williams, Moss, and Glade couldn't hit the three. So the ball will stay over there. Here's Glegg. Dickerson, right side. Tried to bank it in and he couldn't get it to fall. Rulak now going the other direction.
Dickerson so quick off the dribble, just even better defense by Henson.
Glegg fouled by Kevin Rulak. I'm very curious what both coaches have to say at the half, Alvin. So I look forward to your report.
I was genuinely thinking that because this is really going to be a chess match. You got great basketball on both ends of the court, and this is a game. This is genuinely a game. This is fighting for the top position. So you're fighting to play the worst team and really cakewalk. Not cakewalk, you know, but relatively speaking, because Claremont is going to be who the second team faces. So you can have a real test with Claremont versus, you know, going against a fourth seed, which in wins significantly drop off. So you want to be that first seed. And this is probably, and that's why this game is so good.
Blake with 10 points. Other side, Henson a rebound, a pump fake. Ball.
Great ball movement. Great ball movement by the Tide. Guys are attacking seams, realizing they don't got it, and passing. Pass first mentality, and as soon as the clock winds down, that's when it switches. Right there, you saw that, and A.J. Williams was the beneficiary of yet again another great pass, and now he's at the free throw line. Great job by the Tide.
A.J. Williams shooting free throws at a 70% clip this season.
A.J. Williams is one of the clear stars for this St. Pete team. And Anthony Brooks does his fair share as well, but wow, enough cannot be said about what A.J. Williams brings to this Tide.
And a technical. So 2 more free throws coming for St. Pete.
Stung for the illegal substitution. You don't see that as much in basketball as you do in football.
No.
Because usually for basketball, you got like they'll tell you when to come in, when to come out, stuff like that. But for football, you just run it. Hey, play's over. Let's get on, get off. You know. So legal substitution is an interesting way to get stung for a technical.
Here comes Williams. He swishes that one through the net. Lead cut to 6 for the Florida Flight. Here's Moss, right side, underneath, he makes it.
Love when Brandon Moss gets aggressive in a head full of steam. Cannot be stopped right there. You see what that means.
44 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Brooks going underneath, up with the left hand. The putback by Hinson is no good. Moss to Glegg. Glegg for 3. It's good!
That is not something you can afford to do.
And a stolen ball by Glegg there. Now under 30 seconds left to go. There's a 5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Moss. Foul on the right side.
That's a great take by Brandon Moss. You have to, he puts guys in a tough position. And this is the real reason why you see him shoot these threes early in the game, because it forces you to realize you can't just sag off on a guy like that. Because let's just put it into perspective. You look at a guy like Ben Simmons in the NBA. Does anyone go beyond the free throw line? If you do, you're done. Like, you cannot go because you know he's not going to shoot that.
Yeah.
But with Brandon Moss, when he shoots those threes, he opens the game with a 3. Now you have to play him. And as soon as you play him up, quick step. His first step badge is on Hall of Fame. He gets his hand, swipes your hand away. You can't put your hand on to keep your feet in check. And right now he's at the free throw line. That's the game within the game when it comes to Brandon Moss.
That's good insight. Moss at the line. He'll make the second one. He's got 21 points, the leading scorer in the FBA. He's averaging 38.6 points per game. Shot clock is off. 10 seconds left to go. Up top, Williams, 4 seconds left to go. Williams underneath, foul, and he made it! Unbelievable!
Whoa.
1.4 seconds on the game clock.
Whoa.
We're seeing why A.J. Williams is one of the premier players in the FBA as well.
Well, he's played for the Flight in his past, so definitely this is a personal game for him. But wow, takes him off the dribble, rocks the baby to sleep with the contact. My.
And that one goes against Aristide. A lane violation. Wow. That one. All right.
And if you're the Tide, you kind of want that one to play out because you would have had a tip in to end the quarter.
And there's Williams. Alfred is good. No. Off the mark. 62-53. A 9-point lead for the Florida Flight going into the half. St. Pete is the #1 team in the FBA. The Florida Flight, right now record-wise, are the #2 team. But we'll find out what they have for us in the second half. Alvin will go talk to them, and we'll report back. We'll be right back in under 6 minutes.
At Envy Labs, we build web applications that start with an idea. They move through strategy and need an outside eye ahead of wireframes and technical specifications. There's design and layout and functionality, but there's also performance, things like accessibility and data visualization. It all comes together for what ultimately is a successful launch. Over the past decade, Envy Labs has built platforms that pair things like data and sports or environmental science. We've built technical training platforms around data science and around network administration, and we've bootstrapped and sold our own product. We are a temporary CTO and an outside specialist in strategy, design, and development. It takes a lot to go from idea to launched web application, but it's all right there in our name. Reach out to helloNavyLabs.com and let's take a look at your idea together.
Booyah Burgers, Fries, and Shakes Oviedo Mall. Best burger you'll ever eat. It's worth the drive.
Hey, what is up, everyone? My name is Susie, and I'm a full-time partner streamer on Twitch.tv. I've made it my mission to help gamers win in every area of life. So whether it's helping you win in gaming by teaching the latest tips and tricks on whatever games you might be playing, helping you win in fitness through my daily fitness streams, or even just helping you win in your week, we're building genuine community, and we've got a place just for you. So I want to encourage you right now to follow me over at twitch.tv/SusieLive. I stream Tuesday through Saturday, starting at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and we hope to see some of you soon.
62-53 is the score as of now as the third quarter is underway. Jesse O, Alvin Delvain. We're actually joined by Dominic Douglas. And Dom, it's so good to have you with us. This, unfortunately, was your last game in the FBA this season. How are you feeling about it?
I'm a little shocked, but I'm also humble. It's been an incredible season. I'm just happy to be a part of it, I love the coaching staff. I love my teammates. And it's just unfortunate that I may have to go.
So reflect on everything you've learned here in the FBA and sort of tell us what you learned, especially from your head coach, Barry Mustel.
What I learned was, hard work and dedication will get you to where you want to go in life. This is a new program, and I'm just honored to be a part of it, I know they had a rough season the last season, but as long as everybody get better, we had an even better season this season. So I'm just astounded to be a part of a great franchise. And hear me out. In a few years, this franchise is going to be one of the best franchises, as long as everybody stick together, I promise you.
So you're going to Mexico, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So looking forward to that. You're actually going to get to play with Jace Hogan, who was one of the guys you played against this year. How excited are you to play with him?
I'm actually excited. He's a very good player, and I feel like we're going to have great chemistry, and we can work off each other. He can dominate the paint while I dominate on the outside as well.
Final question for you, Dom. Just sort of looking at how you play the style of basketball that you do. You're a great shooter. You were a top 5 scorer in the FBA. Going down there, what is it that you're going to work on in order to improve your game when you get there?
I would say, my game right now is more straightforward. I want to mix it up, be able to make 3-4 dribble moves, actually be a true point guard as well, and I think that is going to elevate my game.
Any final words for us as, we send you on your way? Congratulations also on the opportunity, and we'll miss watching you play here a lot.
Thank you, and I love everybody here. I do. I appreciate it, and I'm as humble as possible, man. But if anybody out there, they need to know that anything's possible, man.
Awesome. Well, Dom, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, and best of luck on your trip down there. That's Dominic Douglas for the final time this season for the Florida Basketball Association, and it was good to have him with us. A 63-56 game here. Grant Gullett at the line, hits a couple free throws, and now 11.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Alvin, you had a chance to talk to both of the coaches at the half. And what did they say?
Well, to start off, got to cap off an interview like that. Just a true class act. Dom Douglas does a phenomenal job on the offensive end, defensive end, just for the Winter Park Storm team. Just to hear him so humble, love to hear it. But back to this game, to start with, I'll start with Florida Flight. Coach Mark King believes that they're beating themselves, and it's really just based off of, and this is funny to say because they are winning, but he does feel like they're beating themselves because on the help defense is lacking. So wants them to get back to helping each other and really playing solid, sound defense from front side and the help side. And the good part has been in the first quarter moving the ball around. He believes they fell off of that a little bit in the second, but believes that as long as they play together and believes it's going to be the trio, once again, Elliott, Brandon, and Grant, to really bring this one home for them. And for the other side, Nate Gill, he believes that they've had a pretty solid game, and it's just really balancing. It's a balancing act for him. There's a lot of firepower on this Tide team, and he believes that as long as he balances this team correctly, it's going to lead to victory, and it's going to be on the backs of Anthony Brooks, A.J. Williams, and of course, it's going to be the new guy, Kevin Rulock. He has a lot of faith in him and thinks he plays the game the right way. So both these teams are proud of what they've done in this first half. Just wanted to see them do it a little bit better.
Miguel Paul for a long three, and he can't get it to fall. Moss towing the sideline, now to the right. Alfred for three, and Travell Dickerson the putback.
Travell Dickerson getting involved on the offensive glass. Love to see that from the guard position.
A 5-point lead for the Florida Flight. The leading scorer at the half was Brandon Moss with 21 points. Grant Gullett added on 16 as well, but Gullett in a little bit of foul trouble, already 3 personal fouls. Brooks' three just dribbles out, Speaking of foul trouble, St. Pete is 3 different guys in foul trouble. Oh my goodness! Can you believe it? Grant Gullett.
Love the way he can rise and throws it down aggressively. Grant Gullett showing that vertical.
So a technical foul on Miguel Paul.
Not gonna lie, I was too busy oogling and ogling to see what crimes Miguel Paul was committing.
69 to 61, 9.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Timeout on the floor. An 8-point lead for the Florida Flight. Grant Gullett can rise as high as Moss when he wants to.
And we witness Grant Gullett showing off the bounce for the Flight. 69 to 61, the money quarter with 9:18 left. Who's gonna come out on top?
And a block down low by Brandon Moss. So here is Stacy St. Julian. They'll go left. Now down the lane, up with the right hand, off the mark. He fights for his own rebound, though. Kevin Rulak recovers. So Rulak actually in foul trouble. He's got 4 personal fouls. Brooks to the left side. Paul for 3. St. Julian looking ahead of the pack. Down low, Dickerson banking it in.
Great job running the lane correctly on the break. Dickerson getting rewarded from King Julian. What was that song that they sang on Madagascar with King Julian?
King Julian.
He likes to move it.
Dave Butler moving the ball into the basket.
Oh man, we have so much fun here.
71 to 63. It's an 8-point lead for the Florida Flight. St. Julian to the left. Clegg. Now Gullett against Rulak. And just bounces off softly. Butler to the left, Rulak, Butler, free throw strike. And he'll take down his own rebound, the putback no good, foul.
Friendly fire on that board, and Dave Butler's able to get a trip to the line. Kind of a, I don't know if I missed it, but kind of a ticky-tack foul on that one. On the block, it's the block, Jesse. It's not a perimeter jump shot. It's the block. I may have missed it, but I was watching. And now we got some beef coming in for the Flight. Adam Waldo, he just got done with the bench press before this game. Just drank about several eggs. If you look in your fridge and you're missing some eggs, Jerry, you know who took it.
Wow. So here's Dave Butler from the line with 7:37 left to go in the third quarter.
Says, I thought you asked me to mime. I was like, I'll go out in half court and mime it out, you know.
You'll start doing some breakdancing thing I won't even understand.
Quiet. If you don't hear me for the rest of this broadcast,
Yeah.
it's because I'm miming it. Big shot, but I'm doing it with my hands.
I don't think you could be quiet for a minute even if you tried.
Not at all. No chance. Zero chance. I learned that my first semester at Jer Bear Academy.
What, never be quiet?
Never. Coach Brandon Parham was the one. He just came in the classroom yelling, and that's how we knew what time it was.
Dickerson traveled.
He's trying to take a trip. Well, who traveled in that first game? We're taking a road trip. We got different teams, or different players from different teams. We were all hopped into Yoda. We're going to Yellowstone.
Down low, A.J. Williams putting it through.
So efficient. Good job cutting, and a nice, easy dump off.
A 4-point lead for the Flight. St. Pete, a second-half team, Alvin.
And we're seeing it. Such a high-scoring game, 71-67 with 6:58 on the clock.
Waldo. St. Julian. Goal at the rebound and fouled.
Got his hand in the cookie jar. It's a good job by Grant. Taking a playbook out of Hardin. As soon as you stick that, really actually everyone in the league, as soon as you reach, you see guys just turn into a shooting motion right there. You see that. It's kind of easy to call calls for Grant. Just draws so much contact.
Every time he's gonna, because he's not like Moss, because Moss is the big man, but
Finesse.
he plays like a 2 or a 3. Grant Gullett is a 4.
running
He's shorter
back.
than, but he's just insane. He could shoot the ball too.
So if this was a football team, Brandon Moss is a receiver. He's a deep threat.
Yeah.
You know, it's flashy. It's all flash. And Grant Gullett is a tight end, fullback, running back, linebacker.
Yeah.
He is getting contact. He thrives on contact, but then he makes big plays. He can also make the highlight play as well.
Butler gets around George Williams and gets it to fall.
That's going to be a good matchup, Dave Butler and George Williams. Two guys cut from the same cloth.
A 4-point lead. Glegg to Gullett. Double teamed. St. Julian stepping back. Now goes right. Dickerson for 3. Good!
Wow, Dickerson coming alive from beyond the arc.
76-69. Other side. Brooks off the front side. St. Julian Euro step. And he's pushed.
King Julian doing a good job pushing the pace. He likes to move it.
You like to
Move it. Somehow the lights start to reflect the energy that we're giving off.
disco ball comes down center court all the way. Brandon Moss catch and shoot. Williams, no. Dickerson can't get that one to fall, and Mike Butler the rebound. So here's C.J. Parkman, fast break. Right side, Williams spinning baseline, steps back, baseline jumper. Is an air ball. Williams has that one taken away by Dave Butler. Butler's shot blocked. And Moss the steal. Moss ahead of the pack. They don't want to let him jam it home.
Of course not. That's a good foul for the Tide, but that was a pretty sloppy possession on the other end. But it was really because guys were just hustling on the defensive end for the Flight and capped off by a phenomenal one-handed grab.
Moss, baseline against C.J. Parkman, steps back for 3. Off. 5 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the third quarter. Richard stepped out on the other side.
And you know, I love to talk about the shoe game. Coach Brandon Parham, Jer Bear Academy Storm coach, just informed me that Brandon Moss had a shoe adjustment. Wonder if he blew a flat tire. Now he got the Bred 11s on. So look for him to really take flight. Coach Parham trying to get a jump shot in.
Under 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Richards up top, running the point. Goes right, underneath, the reverse, it's good.
That's a great take by Richards, using the rim as a shield against Brandon Moss.
Moss inside. Charge, offensive foul.
That's a great job by Dave Butler, getting there, putting his body on the line for his teammates.
.436 to play. .76 to 71. So here's Richards now, right up top. Dave Butler misses that one. Moss ahead to Gullett. Gullett! Yes, sir! Grant Gullett, the big man, has entered the building. Great job by Moss, seeing him up the floor. Grant Gullett with 22. The lead up to 7.
How about Grant Gullett leading the charge offensively and throwing down a vigorous tomahawk?
A.J. Williams fouled.
I think Grant Gullett is leading the game in dunks right now.
He is.
Just love to see the mental shift, understanding that there's high flyers on both sides of the basket, of the court, and you cannot afford to get it sent off the backboard, throwing everything down with meaning. The rim is still shaking.
78 to 71, A.J. Williams at the line now. Top 5 scorer in the FBA. His first one's good.
Throwing up double-doubles like nobody's business. A.J. Williams is a clear-cut superstar for this Tide.
And the second one bounces in. A.J. Williams with 21 points. .78 to 73. Underneath, Williams puts it through.
A great dump off by Brandon Moss.
His first basket of the game, lead up to 7. Mike Butler has that one tapped away by Glegg. Now throws it right. Inside, the pass gets deflected. Moss. Fouled in transition.
And that is a necessary foul, but you hate to see him go down that hard.
They're going to foul him every single time.
In transition. Look at those shoes by Elliot Glegg, the New Balances. Got some.
New boys.
Got the Sunrise. We'll call those the Quai Sunrise 11s. You know, Quai, New Balance, Sunrise,
Sunset. What? Oh. Alvin, you're killing me.
That's what they all say.
Not Jerry.
Yeah, not Jerry. Yeah, Jerry's bona fide. Oh man, you gotta love it. Now tell me how you love it. You know where that's from?
And he's off on that one.
Ooh.
Richards takes the bullet pass ahead. Bounce pass up top, right side. Butler, just strong. He's still hunting for his first 3 in the second half. Gullett, fouled, made the shot, and drew the foul.
He is just too strong. There's nothing you could do. They're fouling him, doesn't matter. He's taking them through the hoop. Right there, another and one for Grant Gullett. And right now we're seeing A.J. Williams on the side trying to get a jersey change. There was blood on his jersey from the last kerfluffle we've seen him involved in. So he's going to be wearing supposedly number 8. However, you never know until you know.
That's fair.
But how about this effort by Grant Gullett? Definitely been working out with Adam Waldo, eating 45. How much do you think he benches, by the way? Like, that's just a quick, I was just thinking, but like, how much do you think Grant Gullett benches?
Gotta be over 250.
Oh, I'm pushing, I think he's 350 and up. Look at his arms. All right, now we're done fanboy. Let's get back to
Henson inside, making it from 5 feet.
So Mike Vick doppelganger getting buckets.
84-75. Glegg steps back, hits!
Wow, what a shot by Elliot Glegg.
Glegg with 16. Mike Butler off the backside of the rim. Butler, another 3-and-D guy. Moss has it stolen away from Henson. Paul by himself up with the left hand.
That's a great hand by Henson. Understanding that he likes that move right there and picking the pocket, defense to offense. Way to get involved in the money quarter.
Gullett steps back, baseline jumper. Henson ahead of the pack. That was easily an offensive foul. Just straight up pushed Moss back.
And that's a great job by the officiating crew, nipping that in the bud early. Even though it looked a lot more egregious than it really is, what he's trying to do is, you know, typically when you're driving, guys, and you're quicker, guys like to put their hand on you and really hand check you. So just trying to, you know, get the hand off of you. Right there, you know, he did the swing off.
No, he Heisman trophied him.
He swing off on his face.
That was just a straight Heisman.
Well, yeah, that definitely, I'm not gonna defend him. I'm saying what the mindset, what you think you're doing, but definitely turning into Mike Vick on that one. Opening up in Madden.
Gullett inside. Hickey catch and shoot.
Every time Grant Gullett takes it down low, I think he's just gonna put them through the rim. But a good job by the Tide defense.
Catch and shoot, Bargman. Moss takes that one away.
And a nice bounce pass from Henson.
Moss, Glegg left corner, he loves it. And he couldn't get that one to fall. 1.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. 86-77. Paul down low, blocked by Hickey, goes out off of him.
Great job by Hickey. Paul was doing a lot with the basketball, but Hickey stayed true and got it in the end.
The inbounds. Mike Butler lining it up. Yes!
He was able to count sheep in his head and count it backwards with all the time he had. Good job knocking that shot down, bringing it to 6.
Mike Butler has 8 points, 1 minute and 15 to go. Moss on the outside, guarded by Henson. Stolen away. Dave Butler led the steal charge on that one. Paul pulling up for 3. Hickey the rebound.
We're seeing a lot more turnovers than we're accustomed.
Moss had that one tapped away. He was going to alley-oop it to Grant Gullett.
I got so excited.
Butler again. And here's Dave Butler. Paul for 3. Tipped around. Mike Butler can't make the layup. And he gets the final one to go. A 4-point game.
How about the Butlers on that offensive possession for the Tide?
Under 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. Alvin's money quarter. Moss into the left block. Out to Gullett. Gullett guarded by Bargman. 5 seconds left to go. Gullett into the lane. Bodies around him. Great gullet. Bangs with the big guys.
Just too strong.
Lead up to 6 seconds left to go. Shot clock is off. CJ Bargman out to Hinson. Hinson, a wild three. Hickey the rebound. And the third quarter leaves the Flight in the lead. So the money quarter goes to the team in blue. But St. Pete not going anywhere. They are a fourth quarter team, and we will see what they have in store for us in 53 seconds.
Poly Wealth Management is an innovative provider of wealth management and financial planning services. For over 2 decades, our advisors have been providing clients with sound, professional, and unbiased financial advice, investment management, and wealth planning. Our philosophy has remained unchanged through the years, and that is to make what can be a complex process straightforward and easy to understand. We specialize in the creation and protection of wealth through comprehensive financial, insurance, and retirement planning.
'88 to '82. Fourth quarter basketball on the way. Jesse O, Alvin Delvey, Brandon Parham, Jerry Pettit, and all of us here at the Jer Bear Productions. The Jer Bear Productions. This is our Sunday game of the week, presented by Poly Wealth Management. Alvin, St. Pete had a pretty good third quarter there, but just couldn't pull away. What's their deal?
They're playing a great game. The Flight has just been that much better.
Here's Gullet up top. Gullet for three. Aristide, no. Gullet again. Yes, sir.
Just a big boy bucket. How about Aristide missing the layup, getting another rebound, and giving it to Grant, who manipulates the ball so well in the air and getting that to go in.
Brooks to the left. Down to the left block. And Butler banking it in. Dave Butler with 17 points.
That's great help, but Dave Butler too efficient on that block. You got to do more.
Blake, long three. 90 to 84. Brooks to the left. They swing it back up top to Paul. And Paul catch and shoot. Good! Paul brings the lead within three.
That's a big time three for Paul. Huge tray ball.
90 to 87, the top two teams in the FBA. Aristide, the big man, no. And he's gonna foul immediately.
That's a good foul right there. And we'll take this quick break to really appreciate the shoe game we're seeing. Ooh, we're gonna get a shot, Jesse. No, we're not. I got excited. I was gonna show the FBA how you shoot a half-court jimmer.
Jimmer Fredette.
Yep.
What a guy.
Jimmer range.
Paul, right side. Now up top. Second chance, no. And our side the rebound. Our side's got to be careful. He's got in some foul trouble. Moss against Rulak has that one tapped away off of Rulak last.
And that's a good job by Rulak, staying in front and poking the ball at every opportunity.
Gullet against Butler. Gullet gets by him. Right side, no.
Good job by Dave.
Three-point game. Paul back to Brooks. Brooks pulls up left elbow. Hickey the rebound. Here comes Moss. Leg, floater. Butler the rebound. He'll push it ahead. Paul to tie the game. Boom! Paul with 11.
We were seeing a You were seeing a scoring drought from both ends. Great job by Paul to bang home the trifecta and get rid of that.
Moss up top. Aristide, yes sir! Aristide with 8 points. Is a 3-point shootout. So here we go. Anthony Brooks up top. He's definitely the player to watch in this quarter. 3 on the way. No, Dave Butler back out to Brooks. And Brooks straight away. Off the mark on that one. Ball tipped around. Williams, the catch and shoot turnaround, no. So Brooks gets going late in games, and often this is when he puts his foot on the gas, and he's had quite a few 10-plus point fourth quarters this year.
A true gamer and a true winner. Anthony Brooks usually tries to facilitate, get his guys involved, but man, when it's winning time, he knows how to win.
And Gullett wanted an alley-oop there, telling his teammate, throw it up a little bit more for me.
Definitely, he's a high flyer, so throw it up, let him get the highlight play.
Moss trying to bank it in, Butler the rebound. 8.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. The football pass ahead, intercepted by Brandon Moss.
Looking like Randy Moss on that one. They've gone through a big scoring drought. They need one on this possession. They need a bucket.
Inside. Hickey, no. Aristide, also a no. Third time, no. 8 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. Somebody you should also look out for this quarter, A.J. Williams, who's usually in foul trouble. Paul making it in! Miguel Paul with 13 points. But yeah, A.J. Williams usually in a little bit of foul trouble at the end of games, but not anywhere close to that in this one, so might have a little bit longer of a leash, so just look forward to seeing him play.
And let it all hang out.
Gullett fouled.
And we're seeing, and speaking of the shoe game, we have a phenomenal shoe game in this league. Anthony Brooks with some new kicks, some new Nikes, and we're seeing another shoe change from Brandon Moss, switching his shoes up. I wonder what the issue is, if it's a grip issue or what's going on. A little bit of
Rulak is out. He fouled out. Moss takes the inbounds. He'll go in on A.J. Williams. Oh, we love this matchup. Williams gives him a smile. Aristide the pump fake left. Now inside on Hinson, rising, and it's put through on the left. Ryan Hickey down low with 4 points now.
Great job by Hickey, being aggressive on that block and giving them a nice cushion.
3-point game. Brooks taking his time. Cross court. Paul for 3. Good! Tie ball game! Paul's been the hot hand. In this quarter, he's got 16.
Wow. He is heating up. 2 for 2 in this fourth quarter. Back to back for him.
Which team can close? Blake down low. Gullett around Brooks. Missed that one. Hinson pulls it down. Brooks ahead of the pack. Williams inside, skyhook. Dave Butler the rebound. Moss will bring that one in. Moss chased by Williams, and A.J. Williams steals it away. And then he stepped out of bounds. So another turnover.
Passion is starting to boil over. You're starting to see guys get a little anxious, making big plays, but having big turnovers, but knotted up 95-95. 6:20 left in the fourth quarter, vying for the first spot in the FBA. This is what you expect when you check in to the upper room of the FBA.
Sunday game of the week, presented by Polywealth Management with 6 minutes and 15 seconds left in regulation. Hickey catch and shoot baseline. It falls in. Delay of game warning on Brandon Moss. A 2-point lead for the Flight here in the fourth quarter. Wow, this could be a FBA championship preview, Alvin.
This is championship caliber. Two teams that are definitely gonna make it to the playoffs. And this has just been a great game. I want it to go into overtime. I want extra time in this one.
Brooks, left side, underneath. Moss takes it away. Moss, head down, full speed, and out of bounds.
Right there, Elliot Glegg sunk all the way into the corner. A little disappointed he didn't let off a tray ball to end that fast break.
5.5 minutes left to go in the fourth. Quick give and go, and he's hot! Miguel Paul gives the Tide their first lead of the ball game.
Beautiful basketball by Paul. Give and relocate and then knock down the tray ball.
Gullett underneath, couldn't make that one. Saved it from going out of bounds. Or so he thought. 5 minutes left to play in the fourth. 98-97 ball game.
Wow, Miguel Paul doing a phenomenal job of moving around. The Winter Haven native, former Eastern Carolina Pirate, knows how to get to his spot. That give and go was a surefire way for him to get to his third consecutive make from beyond the arc. Definitely has the hot hand. Gotta find a way to stop them if you're the Flight.
5:01 to go in the fourth quarter, 98-97. So St. Pete takes their first lead of the game. One thing we do know about this team, they are a fourth quarter team, and they know how to close, Alvin.
Definitely, and that's what makes it scary. Both of these teams come alive with 5 minutes left in the game, and now we're at 5:01. So as soon as that one ticks, it's on and popping.
Anthony Brooks across the half-court stripe. Now to the right side. Brooks versus Glegg. And now Hickey will have to play defense on Dave Butler. Butler, ball tipped around. Recovered by Hickey. Hickey, the push ahead to St. Julian. St. Julian to Moss. Oh my! What did we just see? The clouds can't hold him down.
Good heavens. Great job by King Julian, lobbing it way up high where only Brandon Moss can get it.
Dave Butler spinning on the other side. It bounces out. Flight have the lead by 1. 99. Good preview basketball here in the FBA. Gullett against Hinson. This has been a good matchup all day. Gets right by him and he banks it in. 101-98.
Just like that. Alley-oop lob, and now you get a Grant Gullett bucket. When it rains, it pours with the Florida Flight. Let's see if the Tide can go on a storm surge of their own.
Up top. Leg the rebound. Moss going right. Through the pack and fouled.
And that's all you can do if you're the Tide. You got 3 guys getting back, forcing him to take a difficult shot. However, unable to do so cleanly.
101-98. 3 minutes and 34 seconds left to go. Back and forth fourth quarter. Moss just off on that one.
Free throws are going to be huge.
Free throws are key, Alvin.
When you check into the upper echelon, the upper room in the FBA club, you gotta knock down free throws. When you're there, it's hard.
Moss couldn't make either of them. Interesting thing, both of these teams shoot pretty much the exact same from the field in every statistical category. Field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, and free throw percentage. Within 1 to 2% between all of those is their differential. Left side, fouled.
That's a great take by Miguel Paul. Using the contact and trying to get that up, but Brandon Moss had other plans.
Here's Miguel Paul. And in college, he went to Eastern Carolina University and also Mizzou. He was at Missouri for a while because he missed the second one. Grant Gullett pulls down the rebound. Miguel Paul, 14.2 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, 2.1 assists, 38% from the field, 35 from three, and 82% from the free throw line in his 4 years of playing at 2 different NCAA Division I universities.
Just a great player. And in order to succeed at that level, you have to have a certain level of IQ. And as a guard, you know he can knock down the tray ball. And that's what we've seen him do time and time again in the money quarter. Now let's see how much of a clutch player he is. Grant Gullett doing what he does best, getting back to the line, trying to give themselves a 2-possession lead.
Let's see if Gullett can make these late game free throws. First one is off the mark. Gullett already with 31 points, Alvin.
Jeez, 30 for 30. We need one on Grant Gullett.
His second one is off. He gets it right back. Inside, underneath. And he couldn't make it. Hinson will pull up for 3. Rebound off of the flight. (101 to 99), 2:48 to play in regulation. CJ Bargman. Paul, a pump fake, steps back. 3. The lead for St. Pete. Miguel Paul, a shining new blue star in the FBA. 2.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 102 to 101.
Disgusting. The in and out package with the step back tray ball for his 4th consecutive 3.
Moss. And Hinson now going the other way. Hinson underneath, up with the right hand. They extend the lead. This is their largest lead of the game, and it's only 3 points.
And it's coming when it matters. Final 2 minutes, they are coming alive.
Moss fouled inside. And like we were saying, late game free throws are what win you ball games.
Wow, I'm still stuck on the last 2 plays with Miguel Paul. What is wrong with this man? 4 consecutive threes, Jesse, going from the money quarter, leaking over to this one, and it's coming off the dribble. What do they have going on in Eastern Carolina? I need to figure it out. Jerry Bear Academy prepared me for a lot of things, but it did not prepare me for a shot like that late in the game.
The last time these two teams played each other, the Flight won the battle 139 to 118, so they won by 21 points. That's one of the games where Elliot Glegg had a 50 spot. Glegg put up 54 points, was 22 of 40 for 43 from the field, 9 of 17 from beyond the arc, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals. Moss puts his first free throw through. But Elliot Glegg with that 54-point game, but Gullett with 39 to add on as well. He was 39 and 31 rebounds. Moss with 29 and 21 rebounds.
Wow. Oh my goodness, these guys know how to play the game of basketball. And correction, Miguel Paul's from Eastern Carolina, the Pirates. Great
Moss
job.
with 26 points. Sorry, go ahead.
Great job getting it to within 1 when it matters.
104 to 103, a minute 45 left to go in the fourth quarter. Brooks, Bargman to the right. He banks it in. his first 2 points of the ball game.
Took him all the way to the rack.
Moss inside. Gullett, Hickey, right side, Glegg, boom! Tie ball game!
That is a big time bucket. Big time players make big time plays.
We're all tied up at 106. Butler left into Hickey. Now back out, here's Paul. You gotta guard him out beyond the arc. And a foul on the floor. That one goes against Terrell Alfred. 1:10 to go. (106 to 106). 3 team fouls apiece. Here comes the inbounds from Bardman. Bardman to the left block. Dave Butler. Hickey's right on top of him. Butler creating some room. The backwards pass to A.J. Williams. Out to Paul. Swatted away. And a foul by Terrell Alfred.
That's a very interesting call right there. Good job by Terrell Alfred getting out and getting a hand. You cannot allow Miguel Paul to shoot. He's shown you what he can do from beyond the arc. You cannot allow that to happen.
The Flight are very lucky that one was on the floor.
Yes.
They're extremely lucky that foul was called on the floor. 106 to 106, last minute of the ball game. 56.9 seconds left to go. Clock starts ticking. Here's where Brooks gets big. Fade away. A.J. Williams gets the rebound. Now they have a fresh shot clock. Williams looking left. Now passes down to that block. Butler swatted away. Moss the rebound. He'll get through traffic all by himself. Good night, Moon! Flight up by 2 with 30 seconds left to play. 108 to 106. 25 seconds left to go. Paul, all the way up, shaking off Alfred. Moss the block, Moss the rebound. He'll push it other side. Alfred fouled by Brooks on the floor. 12.4 seconds left to go. The top 2 teams in the FBA battling it out till the end.
Wow. Wow. Brandon Moss is phenomenal. But how about Hickey on that last defensive possession against Dave Butler? That was really what started it. Hickey was at his neck and was doing a great job at that. And then Brandon Moss finishing the play and comes back and gets another block. How about Brandon Moss in the final minute of this game?
Terrell Alfred seeing the floor for his first time since right at the beginning of the second half. Coach Mark King trying to get more shooting on the floor, and he will be fouled.
Wow. The Flight just literally took flight as this game got tough. That's how you beat the tide. When there's a tidal wave coming in, a tsunami, you get on your plane, you either surf it or you take flight. Either way, you got to get up above it. Great job by the Flight. Wow.
Alfred making it a 3-point game. And now a 4-point game. 110 to 106. Brooks across the half-court line. Straight away for 3. Off the front side. Tapped out. 1 second left to go in the Flight. Get it back. What an unbelievable game. And a timeout on the floor. 110 to 106. 1 second left to go. Alvin, all they got to do is just inbound it, right?
Just inbound it, and from there, you just...
I guess, even though there is 1 second on the clock, that's the end of the ball game. 110 to 106 is the final score. We're going to take a break real quick and come back with the post-game show in just a second, so keep it tuned here. We're going to break this one down.
Poly Wealth Management is an innovative provider of wealth management and financial planning services. For over 2 decades, our advisors have been providing clients with sound, professional, and unbiased financial advice, investment management, and wealth planning. Our philosophy has remained unchanged through the years, and that is to make what can be a complex process straightforward and easy to understand. We specialize in the creation and protection of wealth through comprehensive financial, insurance, and retirement planning.
Wow, what a ball game. 110 to 106 is the final score. Alvin, there's so many players to choose from, but the honorable mentions for the St. Pete Tide. A.J. Williams with 21 points. Miguel Paul, his first game in the FBA this season, 23 points, showing us what the Eastern Carolina University Pirates do. On the Florida Flight side of the ball, though, valiant effort. Grant Gullett led the charge with 31 points. Brandon Moss with 28. Who's your player of the game?
I have to go Grant Gullett. He just carried them throughout all of their shooting slumps. Everything was just a steady constant for them. You know, there's a lot of peaks and valleys in the game of basketball, but Grant Gullett is a steady constant. You can always rely on him. Well played.
Brandon Moss, electric as ever. A few fantastic dunks, but do you think Grant Gullett beat him in the dunk battle today?
100%. Brandon Moss definitely got a couple of late game dunks, which were huge. But I think in total, if they're not tied, I think Grant Gullett edged them by 1 or 2.
Let's not dismay from talking about Elliot Glegg making big shots down the stretch, hitting a few key threes in the ball game.
Elliot Glegg is just phenomenal for this team. It's a nice mix. You got Grant Gullett and Brandon Moss, who kind of play the same, but one's more physical, one's more finesse, so they do that very well. But then Elliot Glegg is the one that brings it all together from the big three perspective, knocking down tray balls, getting to the mid-range, and just being so dynamic for their offense, and also getting a couple steals. So a fantastic job by the Flight organization.
Elliot Glegg with 19 points in this one. That'll wrap up our Sunday game of the week, but stay tuned. We have one more game. It's the Claremont Crocs versus the Pride. Claremont is in 3rd place in the FBA, and with that win, the Florida Flight now moved to 1st place in the Florida Basketball Association. St. Pete is now in 2nd. 110 to 106, the final score of that one, and our 4th game of the day and final game of the day up and coming. Claremont Crocs, the Pride, up next. Stick with us.